No, Steve here. Welcome back to Wrestle Juice. We've got AEW's Grand Slam coming up this week, and it actually is sort of like a pay-per-view level run of Dynamite and Rampage. I think Rampage is like 2 hours long. There's 8 matches right now scheduled for Rampage and 5 matches scheduled for Dynamite, and there is some potential here for some pretty big things happening. I actually kind of feel like this is going to be kind of a more important show than All Out ended up being. If you take away the media scrum and fight from All Out, the actual show itself seemed like less than consequential, to be honest with you, especially now that we're back in the same situation as we were before CM Punk came back from injury with a AEW title that is either going to go to the same guy who just had it, Jon Moxley, or somebody else, Bryan Danielson. There's also a third option out there that we're going to talk about here in a second, but I figured, hey, why not? It's Grand Slam. Why not just do some predictions for Grand Slam? Because it's a pretty big show. Let's just go ahead and speed run some of this Rampage stuff because it's Rampage and it's sort of like, who cares? Wardlow and Samoa Joe are taking on Tony Nese and Josh Woods. Do I even need to say what my prediction is here? Obviously, Wardlow and Samoa Joe are going to beat Tony Nese and Josh Woods. I would imagine it's going to be a combination of a coquina clutch while Wardlow is powerbombing a guy, probably Tony Nese. I feel that that's how it's going to go down. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks. So Hobbs took the first one fairly easily. You'd think that Starks, having said, hey, the QT Marshall and his dudes sort of had my mind preoccupied. That's why I lost that first one. Starks is going to put up more of a fight. I'm surprised they didn't take this to like a street fight or something. According to this right here, it's just going to be a regular match. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Starks will get the win here somehow. But, man, they've really been building up Hobbs. But I think they really want to do some big things with Starks. So I think Starks is going to take this one. Maybe they'll take it to a rubber match. Maybe they'll go to Philadelphia and have a street fight. We've got Rey Fenix versus Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy is going to win that. He's going to be on a win streak now, leading back up to whenever it is he takes on Christian or maybe Luchasaurus. If Christian's not going to come back from injury anytime soon, maybe Jungle Boy will fight Luchasaurus. That seems to be the way they want to go with that. Jade Cargill's putting her title up against Diamante. This is going to be an easy win for Jade Cargill. I don't really see Diamante on TV all that often. She's going to be number 38. I think that's the number they're at right now with Jade Cargill. The Golden Ticket Battle Royal is a battle royal for a future AEW World Championship shot. On the picture that I saw, there was Hangman Adam Page. I think there was Pentagon. And, oh, man, it's on the tip of my tongue. 2 other guys. I forget who. I don't know who's going to win this. Could be Hangman Adam Page, especially if who I think is going to win the AEW title. It might make sense to do Hangman Adam Page there. On top of that, they really need to get him in a better spot. All this hemming and hawing and hanging out with the Dark Order is kind of doing a whole lot of nothing for Adam Page. They need to get him back in a story, something that's, good. Eddie Kingston versus Sami Guevara. So Sami Guevara has been pretty cryptic on Twitter lately. He posted a GIF of the end of the Truman Show. I think he's changed his name to Samuel Guevara. Let me see if that's still there. Here we go. Samuel Guevara. Let's see what he's been tweeting here. Yeah, it was a day ago. It was the Truman Show thing. And then he also has some shots of his time in AEW. About 3 days ago, he posted this. It says, I hope you live a life you're proud of. And if you're not, I hope you have the courage to start over again. He says, we came up short last night. It is what it is. Thank you to everyone who's helped me get to this point. It's been a hell of a ride. Where we go next, we go with faith. And there's like a picture of him with Cody. There's a picture of him with the TNT title and everybody holding him up. There's a picture of him with his old school panda gear. And there's a shot of him with the inner circle. So there's some rumors that maybe he's going to be leaving. Maybe he's ending his vlog. Maybe he's tired of being the center of attention. Maybe he's tired of all that kind of stuff. People getting all up in his private life. So maybe he's just going to start over in terms of a new character. Maybe that's going to be the case. Or maybe he's going to be a free agent. I don't know. In any event, I like that they're sort of visiting this feud here. They were going to do this at All Out, but then there was some real backstage shenanigans between Kingston and Guevara. It seems to be all settled. Seems like they got that all the way. Eddie Kingston apparently apologized, said he should have been more professional. So that's cool. They're visiting this. If Sami Guevara's on his way out, then Eddie Kingston's totally going to win this. If Sami Guevara is sticking around, then I don't know. It's more of a toss-up. Eddie he'll get a big win every once in a while, but not very often. And there hasn't really been much of a build to this, so I don't know. Kingston has said he hasn't been the same since the big match. What do they call that? Whatever the light. There's not lights out. It's their war games. Blood and guts. Yeah. So I don't know. Toss up. I'm going to say Eddie wins this one because I want Eddie Kingston to win this because I love Eddie Kingston. He's like my favorite guy in AEW. Let's see here. Sting and Darby Allin versus the House of Black. You got to figure if you want a House of Black to get back on a good page, they got to win this. But it's like the two guys who are not Malachi Black, who's either gone or not gone from the company. Sting and Darby Allin are going to win this because Sting doesn't lose these big matches. That's not going to happen. And then in the main event on Rampage, according to Wikipedia, I don't see how this is going to be the main event, but maybe it is. Action, Bronson, and Hook are going to be taking on 2.0, Jericho Appreciation Society of Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange. Yeah, of course, Action, Bronson, and Hook are totally going to win this. This is like a no-brainer. If we were doing confidence points on this over at Going In Raw, this would be where most of my confidence points were going. Besides that and Wardlow and Samoa Joe, that's probably where it's actually going to go. But we're not doing predictions for this. All right, so let's move on to Dynamite. We're coming up to the big main event here. We got Claudio Castagnoli defending his Ring of Honor World Championship against Chris Jericho. Claudio's going to win this. It's Jericho. It's Jericho Appreciation Society. And they've got the Blackpool Combat Club there. I imagine there's all sorts of shenanigans that could happen here. Of course, Daniel Garcia is the new pure champion. And Wheeler Yuta is buddies there with Claudio. So I imagine there might be some shenanigans there. Claudio's going to retain his Ring of Honor championship, which is actually a really big win for him to beat Chris Jericho. Pac versus Orange Cassidy for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. I kind of get the feeling that Pac is going to win this. There's probably going to be shenanigans, again, because you've got his crew, Death Triangle. You've got Orange Cassidy's crew, Best Friends. I think Pac is going to retain this, but I don't think it's going to be like super clean. I think there's going to be shenanigans here. We've got another four-way match for the interim AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm is putting it on the line against Serena Deeb, Athena, and Britt Baker. Toni Storm's totally going to retain here because she just won this thing. And I'm sure Jamie Hayter's going to get involved in some way, shape, or form, which leaves Serena Deeb and Athena canceling each other out. By the way, has Serena Deeb and Athena wrestled in AEW one-on-one? If not, holy shit. That could be amazing. I'll have to take a look at the listings for Dark and Elevation because if they have, it's going to be there. This should be amazing. Swerve in Our Glory versus The Acclaimed. Their first match stole the show at All Out, and it was really terrific. This is for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. I feel like this is a make-good match. This is one of those matches that Tony Khan needs to learn the first time around. If the crowd is going to explode and you're going to change these titles at some point anyways, then just do it. The Acclaimed are more than ready for these titles. They are the most over thing right now in AEW. Everybody does indeed love the Acclaimed. They're going to win here. And I feel like Swerve in Our Glory, they just need to start feuding anyways. Swerve Strickland has been showing off some super heel tendencies lately, especially when he cut off the rap of Max Caster coming off of the Brawl Out situation. So yeah, Swerve in Our Glory, they're going to lose those tag titles to the Acclaimed. And this is going to be a hell of a match. That crowd's going to go absolutely nuts when the Acclaimed gets that win. And then that brings us to our AEW World Championship match. We've got Bryan Danielson versus Mox. Now, here's the deal with this. MJF has already said that he can cash in his Battle Royal. No, that was a ladder match, wasn't it? Yeah. His casino ladder match chip anytime, anywhere, any place. So it seems like AEW is finally treating that giant poker chip like their own Money in the Bank, which is a great idea because Money in the Bank is the best concept WWE's come up with in the last 25 years. I say 25. No, that's right. It was 2005, so it's been less than 20 years. In the last 20 years then. So yeah, every promotion should have theirs. Whether it's the Option C thing or the thing that Moose got to win the title from Josh Alexander right after he won it, or the Gift of the Gods, every wrestling promotion should have their own Money in the Bank. It's an awesome concept. Cashing in that shit anytime, anywhere makes for wildly unpredictable shit to happen. And I get the feeling, and by the way, I'm totally ripping off Larson's idea here. I'm going to give him full credit. He said he thinks that MJF is going to walk out of Grand Slam the champion. It makes all the damn sense in the world. He's hot now. You put the title on him now. Danielson, I feel like if it's not going to be MJF, if they're not going to do that here at Grand Slam, then you get Danielson that title. Because, like, for Mox, it's just another go-round again, third time. I don't know how much you really want to do that. I feel like you sort of need to reload Mox after he just beat Punk. Danielson is a great option. He's also not the youngest guy in the world, and he's just coming off of, like a month or so of, like, a concussion issue. He's a workhorse. I don't know that you want to risk at this point putting the title on a guy who could be injured again at any point. I know that applies to anybody in wrestling, but MJF is like, 25 or 26 years old. I feel like he is the thing everybody's talking about right now. So if you want to leave Grand Slam, if you want to go out this week with getting back some positive buzz about your company, as opposed to the negative buzz surrounding the backstage fight between CM Punk and the Young Bucks, you put that title on MJF and let him run. He is vital. He is the future. You put that title on MJF now. You have him cash in on Danielson, similar to how that happened with him and Randy Orton at SummerSlam years and years ago. I think that's what you do. You put it on MJF. You have Danielson and Mox just beat the shit out of each other. They get bloody. And then you don't have to worry about breaking up the Blackpool Combat Club or any tension between those guys. And then it just ends up on Mox anyways, which really isn't a big deal. You could still have Mox and MJF feud after the fact, instead of having that title on MJF, because he keeps on calling out Mox. So it's a possibility they'll do that first before he goes after, let's say, Danielson, if he ends up winning that title. So yeah, that's what I think. In terms of my actual prediction, if I had to put money on this, I wouldn't put a lot on it, but I'd probably put money on MJF turning this into a triple threat after Danielson and Moxley have already beat the shit out of each other, or adding a last match to it, in which case I'd go with Danielson winning this particular match, only because Moxley already has one win on him. So if it's this match straight up, it's Danielson. If MJF turns it to a triple threat, clearly it's going to be MJF's night. It's in New York. And then you end with MJF and that title, the crowd going absolutely crazy. And then people got to chase MJF. He's got the firm. He's got these mercenaries that have his back for the right money. And so he's basically protected, and everybody's going to have to protect, or everybody's going to have to run after MJF. If Hangman wins that the Battle Royal on Rampage, then he can chase MJF for a little while. Mox can chase him. Danielson can chase him. I think you can have a good solid year or so of MJF with that title and see what he could do with it. See if he can continue to be a ratings draw. At some point, you got to really, really go all in on a homegrown talent like MJF. I know he did stuff before AEW, but a lot of people didn't know about him before AEW started, so don't give me shit about calling him homegrown. I think the same way about Adam Page. Not necessarily AEW homegrown. He did plenty of stuff before AEW, but this is his first national exposure. So yeah, I feel like what they didn't do with Hangman Page in terms of he's champion, we build a big story around him, is what they need to do with MJF if they want to establish the future as being sooner than later. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think this is an important show for AEW? I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of more hyped for the matches that I see here than I was heading into All Out. Plus, it's split up over 2 nights. Tony should totally do his pay-per-views over 2 nights if he's going to have 15 matches on a card. You could probably sell out both nights, you'd think. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm wearing a hat because I didn't feel like doing my hair today. So there you go. There's the answer to that. Oh. And there's that guy. Hey, what's this? No selling me. Nothing. Talk to you guys later.